Football referees are supposed to control the game, but sometimes they become the reason the game is remembered. One referee gave a player 3 yellow cards before finally sending him off. Another sent off a World Cup captain who refused to leave for 9 minutes, and then came the twist. He sat on the Queen's royal red carpet before leaving the stadium. But the craziest refereeing disaster is still coming. These are 3 moments when refereeing went completely wrong and changed football forever. Let's start with the referee who somehow forgot how many yellow cards he'd already given. The match was Australia versus Croatia at the 2006 World Cup. The referee was England's Graham Poll, one of the most experienced officials in the tournament, and then came one of the strangest refereeing mistakes in World Cup history. Croatia's Josip Šimunić was booked for a foul. Later in the match, he was booked again. At this point, according to the laws, Šimunić should have been sent off, but Poll didn't send him off. The match continued. Then, near the end, Šimunić committed another foul. Poll reached for his cards again and showed Šimunić a 3rd yellow card. Only this time he finally followed it with a red. 3 yellow cards, 1 player, 1 referee. And somehow the 2nd yellow had been completely missed. 1966. England were playing Argentina at Wembley, and the match was already becoming increasingly heated. Argentina's captain was Antonio Rattín. During the match, Rattín was sent off by referee Rudolf Kreitlein, but there was a problem. Rattín didn't want to leave. He stayed on the pitch, arguing and refusing to accept the decision. What should have been a quick dismissal turned into a bizarre 9-minute delay. Players waited. Officials tried to get him away. The crowd reacted. And eventually Rattín was escorted toward the tunnel. But then came the strangest part. Instead of simply disappearing into the dressing room, Rattín ended up sitting on the Queen's royal red carpet. Yes, the same red carpet associated with the Queen's official area at Wembley. And the controversy didn't stop there. The incident became part of the bitter atmosphere surrounding England and Argentina, with Rattín's behavior becoming one of the defining images of that match. What started as a red card had turned into a full-blown confrontation between a player, a referee, the officials, and the atmosphere inside Wembley. But somehow even that wasn't the strangest refereeing story, because in the next incident, the referee didn't just make a controversial decision, he became part of the goal. Now for the strangest story of the 3. We're going back to Turkish football in the 1980s. A midfielder stepped up and unleashed a powerful shot, but the ball didn't go where he intended. Instead, it struck the referee standing on the pitch, and then came the unbelievable part. The deflection sent the ball straight toward the goal. It went in. A goal involving the referee. And this created a bizarre question. Could the goal actually count? Under the laws of the game at the time, the referee was considered part of the field of play, so the ball hitting him wasn't automatically a reason to stop the match. That meant the deflection could stand. Imagine being a player, you take a shot, it hits the referee. And instead of the referee stopping the play, the ball ends up in the net. The players were furious, the crowd was stunned, and suddenly one of the people responsible for enforcing the rules had accidentally become part of the action. If you thought these 3 refereeing disasters were crazy, wait until you hear about the referee who pulled out a red card during a pitch invasion and somehow ended up dealing with a manager's dog.